Recorded at Cosmic Comics in Rockingham, Western Australia, you're listening to The Comic Box with your hosts, Psycho Scott,
Rudy Matt,
Anime Ann.
the Wookie.
How is everyone today?
Great.
Yeah.
It's Sunday.
Okay. Everybody sounds real happy.
Yeah.
That's great.
Just have to get geared up for it. Just give some time.
Get go.
Yeah.
Yay.
Ray's not here today.
Yay! Imagine
Whoops.
that.
Everybody seems really happy about that.
Woo!
Yeah! Excelsior!
I hope he's not listening to this.
Not yet.
No,
He never listens to this.
Okay, well, we're here to talk you through another week of Geek for the next hour. So let's get started.
An hour.
Yeah, well,
That show goes for only 35 minutes.
2 hours later. Ding, 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 ding. Okay.
What was that?
I have no idea. Oh dear God. Okay. Do you think a major character dying should die completely? Like, never, ever return? Or is the inevitable comeback of that character the only reason you keep on reading a title?
Depends on the character, really. I mean, there's probably a few characters you'd wish would die and just stay dead.
Yeah, quite a few of them.
Probably,
actually,
yeah. There's probably a hell of a lot of them.
But then there's probably characters that's like, well, why'd you kill him off for?
But would
Yeah,
you keep on reading
waiting for them to come back again.
Yeah, and they never
you
do.
know they're never going to
Yeah,
stay
they-
away completely.
Especially in American comics, they always bring them back.
They bring them back. Yeah.
Japanese, a little
They just kill them.
less,
Yeah.
sort of.
Oh,
Yeah,
hang
kill him.
on. No, they're all coming back in Naruto. So.
That's Naruto. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's always these things like they killed off Cable, and they've brought him back.
He's come back. Yeah.
Oh man, I was
So
reading that.
Not dead. Oh.
They killed off Johnny Storm. He's come
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny's back. They killed off Sentry, and I'm expecting them to bring him back.
You do expect that. Yeah.
It's one of those things you're just sort of waiting for it to happen, but it's not the reason I keep on reading a title. You know, if they've killed him in that, I only know that they've killed him in that because, well, I've got to know, like Johnny Storm, or I'm reading the title anyway. I never read Fantastic Four. I never enjoyed Fantastic Four, so I knew because of the announcement that he died.
Yeah, they didn't actually show his body or anything,
No,
did they?
no. No, I had
I
to
think
flick
that's
through it.
always the number one thing. You know, if you never saw a body, then yeah, they've always leave that open.
But like,
It's like X-Men First Class.
Nightcrawler died, but they found a way of bringing him back. From
What a
another,
loophole.
Yeah,
With secret science.
Let's go to another dimension and steal him from there.
still him.
It's, I
No,
don't know.
they should stay dead.
You reckon dead
Yeah.
should be dead?
Yeah.
Dead should be dead.
Yeah.
That's the really, really world.
That's the really real world. There ain't no coming back.
No coming back.
That's an interesting point. When Deadpool finally figures a way of killing himself, you reckon he'll stay dead?
No,
No.
not Deadpool.
It
no.
just won't happen. Although it would be interesting to see evil Deadpool come back.
No, he
all of a
won't
sudden-
come back.
Yeah, but all of a sudden when Deadpool's about to die and then evil Deadpool's standing in front of him, it's like, crap.
No. No.
It could work. I could see that working. I'd read that.
You cannot kill off a major character like Batman, obviously.
Well, they tried killing Superman.
Superman, yeah.
Everybody complained so much until they figured out a loophole to bring him back.
Yeah, because you're going to end the title.
The thing is, Batman, you could kill him off. He's the sort of hero that you could just get rid of and sort of...
And
well, they
put
did.
another one in?
They did kill him, and then they said, oh no, he's travelling through time.
Yeah.
What? How does death go to time travel? Marty!
If you kill Batman, you just put someone else in the suit. You can't really kill Batman. You just put
I'm
someone else
Batman. That doesn't sound like the same Batman. Shut up.
Oh,
in. I should
no.
invest in a bat voice changer.
And it's like if there's a Green Lantern, you kill Green Lantern, the Ring will just go and pick
Just
another
go
one.
someone else,
So, you know, there's always going to be a Green
Only
Lantern,
done that
Oh,
regardless.
they did it with
Lifetimes.
Spider-Man, didn't they, in the Ultimate one?
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
they killed off Peter
Spidey.
Parker, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, it's Miles.
There's someone else, Miles something, yeah.
Something to do with Miles.
Yeah.
Which just brings up a bad song to me.
Yeah.
Oi. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see a character completely die if he dies. Yeah, it would suck because it'd be like, oh, I really like that character, but to actually be that strong with your story to say he's dead, there's no coming back. He's dead.
Well, they just brought Madross back, didn't they?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was
dead.
For how long?
3 issues.
A few issues. Yeah.
I'm dead. No, I'm not.
Oh, when was the last time Jean Grey was in anything?
Oh well, yeah, she's sort of one of the major deads.
Yeah.
So how long she's actually been dead? Because that's probably going to be the longest
easy
dead
10 years.
person. Ah,
Yeah, easy.
Xavier's dead now too, isn't he?
Who?
Xavier.
No,
No?
he's back.
Oh, God.
He's back
How many
again.
times has he died?
Far too many. He just keeps on hiding in this little cave underneath the mansion. I'm dead. I'm dead.
I'm back.
stay here for a while. You guys just carry on without me.
You can't kill Picard.
Oh, my X-Men, I am dead.
Oh no. Charles explodes. And it's like, I'm back, baby.
Oh, I'm back. Oh, no.
It's like, we must establish that he's going to go into another body. Here's a random shot of that other body, just so this won't have any part.
How did that happen?
Of course.
Oh my
I
god!
don't think I actually saw that
Charles.
at the end of the.
Really?
third
You never
one.
went to
No,
the credits?
Oh,
It's the third movie, screw this.
who needs the plot? I lost the
It
plot
was
ages
bad.
ago.
It was bad. Well, I saw the bit where you saw Magneto started to get his powers back, but that was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I watched it up until Stan Lee. That was the beginning, right?
I watched up to the bit where he lifts the bridge and it's day, and they walk across and then suddenly it's midnight.
No.
Good
How
editing.
does that work? Yeah.
I'm Magneto. I can also make it night whenever I want to.
Well, actually, he probably could because he's a master of can control magnetic fields and that, so he could probably
Master of
make
magnet.
He could probably make the Earth rotate a lot
that
quicker.
that would make everyone fly off the earth.
Yeah. Stop reading Ultimatum. It was terrible.
Oh.
I haven't read that.
No, well, stop coming up with bad stories that have already happened that were bad.
Okay.
We tried to explain the plot holes in the movie. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Magnets don't work that way. Neither does the
Right.
Earth. Okay, let's move on. While Marvel pretty much dominates the cinema with all of like the Avengers and all of the tie-in titles and everything like that, do you think DC are trying to take over the small screen? They've got so many, like, there's the Arrow, which is the Green Arrow TV show. They've got Young Justice. They're starting another one, which I can't remember what it was called. And they're actually starting their own block on Cartoon Network called DC Nation, where they're just putting all of their stuff on there, which they're planning on doing all sorts of movies, cartoons, everything.
Have you seen much of that stuff?
Thankfully not. It's all done by Warner Brothers.
No.
Yeah,
Would you-
the Green Lantern one as well.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Green
Actually,
Lantern
the
animated
two,
series,
the
that's
two
right, yeah.
Green Lantern animated movies I've seen weren't too bad.
Have you seen the animated series?
I saw that first episode.
Apparently they've continued it, I don't know. Apparently
I
it's now
haven't.
airing.
I haven't seen any more.
No, I haven't continued on. It confused the crap out of me.
I mean,
like,
it did have
wait.
an interesting twist that, as the main sort of antagonist, instead of, the Sinestro Corps, it was the Red Lanterns.
Yeah, they've got to progress, but you don't even know that at that stage. There was no origin in that show. It's like, I'm a Green Lantern, deal with it.
Well, the interesting point was they didn't even know that there were these lanterns that were, further out that didn't have
Was it
any
supposed
training
to-
whatsoever.
Was it supposed to tie into the movie that nobody's seen, or was it supposed to tie into, like, do you have to have knowledge of the comics, or do they just go, red's a nice colour?
Yeah.
They might do an episode where they might quickly brief over the origin later.
I've only seen the trailer for, I think it's like Emerald Knight or something.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
on the Green Lantern game, which I think is funny because even though that game is horrendously bad, it's very samey. You just run around beating everyone up. It's still vastly superior to the movie. And you know why? Because you're on Oa, for God's sake. You're actually
Ooh.
on another planet, and then you actually go to another planet, and then another one.
Oh my god.
Wow, you're not on Earth. mucking about.
See, everybody would complain about that because there's too much CG in it.
Yeah. He has to go hang out with one of the people who has the power of love.
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 Yeah.
Is
I'm
that-
going to kill you because I love
Take a crystal to the face. Love.
you. Love. I'll teach you love.
But I don't even know where
What a
that game
power.
falls because it's apparently in a universe where no one knows about the fear in the middle of the planet, even though
Really?
it takes place after the movie, and
Okay.
Sinestro is still green, and I
Oh, Sinestro's green again now.
yeah, but he's like he
Yeah,
actually
but
dumb, like he
if
doesn't
you
know what
look
fear
at
is.
the end of the
That's-
movie, though, he puts the yellow ring on.
So-
Well, that just leads on to the next one,
Yeah.
the Sinestro Cold War.
I think the game was supposed to tie into the comics more so than the actual
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it was just because the movie was out. Let's use the voice cast. No.
Yeah.
No, we can't have that one. Ryan Reynolds.
Some of, I have to say, some of the was it animated movies that DC have done have been pretty good.
They're always really well done because they've got Warner Brothers backing them.
Mm.
Now Marvel has Disney.
I'd rather have Warner Brothers, yeah.
But yeah, Warner Brothers has always had great animation. You know, they've done the Batman animated series, and you can tell with DC Nation they're going to bring out a slew of new animated series.
Yeah, it could be interesting. I mean, was it
Could.
different?
Yeah,
I'm
but
just trying to,
you know, there's
Should've thought-
3 new DC series starting. Yeah, 1 live action, 2 animated that I know of, and they were in talks
They're
to
doing
do
a live action.
another couple of series to fill in that DC block.
What's the live
But
action one they're doing?
There's only 1 Marvel one coming out, which is the new Ultimate Spider-Man series, which looks terrible.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah,
way,
they
come and get a
tried.
free comic next week.
They did try the Wonder Woman movie, TV show, and that didn't work.
Wonder
They just got canned. Yeah.
And was that the original one, or did they actually
No,
try one?
No,
of
they
the
tried a
scenes?
new one.
Oh,
A new one was
didn't get past the pilot.
Yeah, no.
The pilot didn't even air. But,
What was the other one they were
terrible.
making? It wasn't there a Green Lantern?
they're doing
Oh,
Green
it was
Arrow.
Green Arrow.
It's just called The Arrow.
They
Yeah,
did.
alright.
They
Because
did
it's
a.
edgy.
They did a. Was it?
And Green's copyright. Green
Aquaman
Lantern,
one.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Aquaman.
Yeah, they did a live action Aquaman. I actually
Yeah,
had
they
it
did an
somewhere,
Aquaman
but
thing, yeah.
I like
it didn't.
Aquaman, but they have to do it right.
No,
Probably
actually, the
Aquaman
way
would
they
pop up and go, "Welcome to the Aquaman TV show," and Superman pulls out and goes, "Shut up, Aquaman! Shut up!" Like, yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
What can you do?
it did look
I
interesting.
can talk to
though.
fish.
Superman's like, "So what? I can talk to gods."
Oh,
Oh,
that's it. I'm going back to my fish.
I'm going back to my fish wife.
Oh, she's vicious.
Where have you been?
Alright.
Oh god. Yeah, so I reckon DC's trying to take over the small screen because Marvel's just releasing movie after movie after movie.
Yeah,
They've got
why not?
5 more movies planned,
Yeah.
and just keep on going with movies and like 1 animated series and 4 crappy anime series.
I think that goes.
DC's doing
DC's
Batman.
DC's got
And Superman.
Batman, Superman as far as movies go, and then
Yeah.
like 40 animated series
Yeah.
planned.
Well, wasn't
Yeah.
the last Batman one that came out like Batman Year One?
Yeah.
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 Which is more like, I say it's more like Batman Begins if you were following Commissioner Gordon more than Batman.
Really?
That sounds about
That's
right.
what Batman Year One animated is more
Yeah.
like. It's
Yeah.
like, it still has Batman, a lot of Batman in it. Like, you gotta have Batman in a Batman movie.
Batman.
But yeah,
You
Good choice.
saw a lot of
But-
more of
yeah.
Gordon than you
Yeah,
did.
but
actually,
it
Batman.
assumes that you watched Batman Begins, so it's not going to worry too much about that. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about those sorts of things. They've tried them so many times before, and most of the time they're well done and everything. But about 2 months after they've been released and people have seen it, it's like, here, there's a new one.
oh, yeah, it's really
Like,
good. It's just
yeah.
it's just not entirely necessary.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing in there you wouldn't
Actually,
know just from watching other things.
I think the latest one's Doom. Apparently that's out now. I haven't seen it personally,
No.
but I'm pretty sure Doom was supposed to be the new Batman or Superman Batman or something like that.
Yeah, Justice League.
Justice League?
Yeah, there's like a Justice League one. I don't know if it's called Doom though.
No,
That came out really
remember,
recently.
Yeah, yeah, there was a new one, but yeah. No idea. But yeah, I mean, they're bringing out that many bloody series. And yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's all look to the left now.
Yes.
Anyway, seeing as we're talking about movies anyway, everybody's going on about Ninja Turtles or middle-aged alien martial arts
hang on,
turtles.
Before we keep going with this, right? There's two things that happened here, right? First of all, Michael Bay came forward, right? He's a producer. He's got no say in the movie whatsoever. And he goes...
vague, but...
but like basically he's funding it.
Yeah.
So he basically
Here's
picks
my
projects
money!
that he thinks is going to be good. So watch out. But he basically came forward and said, oh yeah, they're aliens. And they're going to be hip. And you're going to love them.
Yeah.
Right.
We're like, shut up, Michael Bay. You have no idea what you're talking about. And then after that, the director came out. I don't know if you read that article.
Yep.
Yeah. And he goes, no, Michael Bay's an idiot. They're not aliens. What's alien is the ooze that they touched. Because in the original Ninja Turtles, that was made by, what were they called? The ooze?
TCG...
Yeah, it was some...
Takrigi.
corporation,
Ukrons or something, I don't know.
TCGRI or something like
But
that.
it was those. But they were aliens who made the ooze that turned the turtles into...
Which is about right.
Yeah. So
I thought it was radioactive ooze.
it's ooze. It can all be something.
Yeah, it could
The
be
original
something,
one,
yeah.
They actually did it reasonably close with the 2000 animated series where it was the Utrons and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, right.
They were actually the company that created the ooze, so it was always sort of alien.
There was
anyway.
always also the original cartoon they had in the 80s was
It
was alien or
yeah,
in origin
Krang gave
because,
the ooze to
So they're
Shredder
not
and-
actually going to be alien turtles.
Yeah, I thought it meant they were going to actually be aliens, but it looks like what he means. I'm still waiting for it. I mean, it could be very true that they are just experimenting on turtles in a spaceship, which means they're alien turtles. What he meant to say was, oh no, they go about it by alien means. Because in the second movie, you see the ooze canister. That's what happens, like that.
Yeah.
But they actually went to the effort of cutting out the whole alien bit of it. It just said this is just ooze that was in the sewer.
This is just some stuff that we found.
Yeah, so that means either they're going to just explore the backstory more about where that ooze came from and all that jazz. But
apparently they're working with Kevin Eastman, and he, runs the show as far as turtles go. Him and Nickelodeon own the turtles, so he was one of the creators. If he wants to change it, then fair enough. It's his game to change. But honestly, they haven't really explained how the turtles have become mutants in the new series.
yeah,
But it's a really good origin story, and I'm surprised that they didn't decide to go for that one. But apparently they're going to follow closer to the 80s cartoon.
yeah.
Apparently Hamato Yoshi is going to turn into Splinter.
Okay.
So instead of it being the way the original comic series ran, where it was a rat that mutated humanish, it's going to be a human that turned into a rat. So... I don't know.
Or he tries to get one of those transport machines and a rat scurries in with him and they teleport over and he comes out as a half
The
rat
fly.
man.
The rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of strange, and I'd get up in arms, but there's 2 billion other people. I mean, I hate it. I don't want them screwing with my favourite thing of all time. I am a turtle nut, but
this early in pre-production, and you've already gotten 2 conflicting reports about what they're going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I would take the director's word over a producer.
Hell yeah.
But you don't really even know.
Mostly
really.
because Michael Bay's an idiot.
It could be Michael Bay is just confused. He read it wrong.
Yep.
And ever since he said that, everyone just went nuts.
Yep.
But
everybody's gone absolutely.
Although he did actually was when everyone started, going
he did
nuts
sort
at
of
him.
say,
He did
chill,
try
chill.
to, yeah.
Like, guys, chill. Okay, look. The Negro bots are not in this movie. Okay, they're not.
Boom.
But then he puts in 2 others that are just like them.
See, there's going to be these Ninja Turtles. Boom! And they're going to come from a different planet. Boom! I'm Michael Bay. Boom!
It's like, and here's the first one. Michelangelo. Yo, man, take a door. Yeah. Mikey. Tell him.
Is he the square root of 400? Is he
God, what's wrong with these people?
What up with you people?
It's like this
Why?
guy.
What?
This turtle is the stereotype of the nerd. This is the serious guy. This is the crazy wacky guy. And here's all the other stereotypes we couldn't put in the other 3. We described them.
I just chucked him into one.
Oh God!
Next.
Does that mean they're going to make Leo an emo?
Oh,
God,
no.
no.
He has
No,
he
that's
has black
Raph.
hair and it's dread.
That's
Just
Raph.
yeah, I'm Spider-Man.
Next.
I'm Peter Turtle.
It killed my father.
Moving on.
Wait, I don't have a dad. Yeah, anyway.
My alien father.
I was actually going to talk about another horrible movie idea. They say they're going to make a Venom movie.
Yeah. Without Spider-Man.
Without Spider-Man.
Without Spider-Man, how
Yeah.
do they do that?
Which means they're going to have to, in the first X amount of minutes, for all those who don't know, explain how Venom comes about.
Well, they did
How are
it.
they going to do that without Spider-Man?
They sort of rushed through the origin of him in that movie, but I suppose they did all right as far as like a little side character went, because that's all it was in that movie.
Mm.
But to have a Venom movie without Spider-Man, there's no Venom.
They could do it by making it all meta, like he takes over the body of someone who reads Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like, whoa, man, this is like that comic, man. Alright, check this out. Damn, this is not shooting nothing. Oh, wait, I have to make them, that's right. I have to make them. No, we gotta get it right.
This is so awesome.
What?
I don't know. I mean, they've either got to follow, they've got to create their own origin story for Venom. Because they've either got to follow Spider-Man getting the suit during the Secret Wars, bringing it back to Earth, and then it going nuts and becoming Venom on Eddie Brock. Or they've got to go the Ultimate Universe, where it was a cure for cancer, and all of a sudden, it's
Kills everyone.
alive and wants to eat people.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did that
Mutated
jump.
or something.
Yeah, as for a cure for cancer, that didn't really work out very well, did it?
Here's your cure for cancer. Eat people.
Here's your cure
probably-
for cancer, emo suit. There you go.
They probably, when they were making Cure for that, they figured, oh, let's just make something that'll just eat the cancer. And then it just went screw from there.
It's just how the hell are you going to put either of those origins into a movie, and have Venom? I mean, trust me, they screwed Venom up seriously in that movie.
Yeah,
Because they had Topher Grace.
Yeah.
And it didn't look anything like him and stuff.
No.
But to have a Venom movie, who the hell would he verse? Venom versus New York.
They could always do the new one.
70,000 feet tall. Godzilla 2.
What you mean? As in, was it instead of just regular
The new
Venom,
one where
like
the
Agent
government's
Venom?
got hold of it and
Oh,
he's
God.
Agent Venom.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, I'm seeing a pattern here, right? They mess up Deadpool, make a Deadpool movie. They mess up Venom, make a Venom
movie. We'll fix it up later. Right?
Wait.
Right?
They haven't announced who's playing him yet, have they?
No, they're still working on script at the
Yeah.
moment.
I'm just waiting for that guy, whoever they hire, to come out and goes, I'm only doing it if it's R-rated.
That would be
There we go.
You
Then
would
they
need
have to
someone
have
who
Carnage.
Yeah.
you would need someone who definitely was at has read Venom to be able to sort of come forward and say something like that. 'cause-
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bad idea. It really is. When they announced that it was going to actually have Venom in the third Spider-Man movie, I thought, no. I like Venom, but no. No, you cannot put Venom in a movie and make him good.
That movie, you could cut out either Sandman or Venom and it would still work in
Yeah.
the film. It
Yep.
doesn't matter. Like, either of them, it's fine.
Could you cut out Peter Parker?
Pretty much, yeah.
Because that's the part I didn't like.
yeah.
Actually, a much more interesting film, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
The symbiote falls to Earth, it lands on Sandman.
Hey.
I could see that working.
You just rip the crap out and there's like
No.
Mary Jane walks past,
Third-
step on it.
Third one
End of the movie.
was definitely probably the worst out of the lot.
I'm going to have to
It
edit that
definitely
movie
was.
and remove all of Peter Parker from that movie and see if it still works now.
It was like,
Wait, this is better!
he falls in that pit and the thing tries to make it into sand, but it just kills him instead. Symbiote falls on some random guy who's just doing nothing. And what are the odds of that? The symbiote crashes onto Earth and it finds Peter Parker.
Oh, look, a Spider-Man.
Immediately. Oh, man.
That's the one thing that really sort of got me about a few times where they didn't actually go by the was it Secret Wars origin. I mean, they did it in a cartoon series where it was they found some goo on an asteroid, crashes down, and it somehow captured Spider-Man.
Yeah,
In the movie,
which cuts down the
Asteroid.
whole Secret Wars stuff,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
sort of makes sense because Well, it would be like Avengers on steroids. They would never be able to afford the cast to be able to set up the Secret Wars. So yeah, it's not going to happen. But
for those
to cut that out,
not
makes
familiar,
sense.
the Secret Wars was basically an event where a lot of Earth's heroes went to another planet to fight a war.
Yeah,
Not that secret.
yeah,
That was secret.
Yeah, it was a secret.
It was for some guy's playtime. I'm bored. Let's get some heroes and make them die. Oh, they didn't die.
I know what they should have done. Like, when that meteorite hit the Earth, if Venom came out, it should have latched onto Mary Jane.
Yes.
Then you have to
Oh.
find his
That would
girlfriend.
have been interesting.
Oh, that would have been vicious.
Oh my god!
Quick, Mary Jane, run into the bell!
Actually, oh god. They could actually make it based on the new Venom, the Flash
new one,
Thompson
yeah.
Venom. That would be horrible and interesting.
Well, they've already introduced it in the Spider-Man movie,
if
but
they
didn't
tied it
happen.
into that, and said that the government got the suit
Yeah.
and put it on Flash, I
Yeah.
suppose you could do that, but God, Flash was horrible. He was a 40-year-old high school student. Seriously, that guy was...
He never grew up.
No, look at the guy that played him. There is no way he was even in his 20s. Jeez.
Could it be that the Venom
Oh,
movie
what, from
might
the first
be a
movie?
continuation on from the Spider-Man 3?
I suppose it could. They still
Yeah.
haven't said for sure. what
Because
it's
there's
gonna
still
be.
that little bit of Venom left that Connor's had.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
lab.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that, and also once that... at
You
the
never
very
saw
end
his
of the movie-
body when they blew up.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
All
second
of
that movie came out, the rumours started. No, it was the Green Goblin teleportation grenade. It took that dude out, but Venom's okay.
Oh, God.
He's just gone somewhere else
We're
in
all
time.
hoping.
Why not?
Give it up, give it up. What is
Whatever.
wrong with you people? Dead. Please, dead.
Yes, he can't die. He's all right. I mean,
It's
Venom.
Marvel. He can't
Yeah.
die. He's alive. He's only died 3 times.
Oh, my.
Yes. Let's move over to the Eastern continents and talk about some manga. There's a new series coming out called Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Attack on Titan. Yes. It's a new manga series. Is supposedly doing really, really well in Japan. They've got like 5 volumes, and it's being translated into English now. We've already ordered a whole pile of them, coming
Yeah.
out in a couple of months.
Who's distributing it?
I'm pretty sure it was actually through Kodansha themselves,
Okay.
because it is Kodansha in Japan. So yeah, I think they're actually doing it, and it sounds really strange. It's sort of like Shadow of the Colossus. It's huge giants, and they basically they eat humans. So they're going around eating humans. So they're like zombie giants. I don't know. Kind of strange.
They're just hungry.
So they go around eating humans and stuff like that. So the humans create these fortresses and stuff, and they create this 50-foot wall so they can't get in there. So all of a sudden there's a bigger giant that can get over the wall, and I don't know. It seems really strange.
Build a bigger wall. That's the answer.
Sounds like a
Duh.
manga.
Yeah.
Sounds like
But apparently
Game
it's
of
doing-
Thrones.
It's doing really, really well. How long could you possibly have a series like that go for? The giants are attacking us. We're either all going to die or we're going to figure out how to kill them. End of the story.
Maybe it's like War of the Worlds or something, and they find out they're weak to our diseases.
He's dead.
Wow.
Okay.
Look,
Sweet.
let's go out to the middle of the water. They hate water, right?
Yeah.
Well, how long can you keep a manga going about a rubber pirate?
Forever and
Yes.
ever and ever.
It never ends.
It goes the same with ninjas. I
Yeah.
suppose.
I
Yeah.
don't know, that
but
looks
the
like it might be
story-
ending soon.
We can only
No.
They're sort of hinting at that.
Yeah, is it?
This is coming up to the last flat battle.
What? What's going to happen to the manga? It's all going to go away?
But
Oh.
all these good things are ending, and we're ending up with Attack on Titan. I'm assuming Titan is the place
Fortress.
they
Yeah,
built.
I'd say so.
Yeah, it probably
Hey,
is.
It's gotta
I'm
be a
glad, because the
planet
more
or
these
something.
series ends and the more these new ones come in, the more new series Ray has to complain about.
Excellent. Yes. Does he like anything?
I guess he likes One Piece. I guess. He hates anything that has moe characters in it. So that's pretty much 98% of all manga.
Yeah.
I think he likes Saikano. I've heard him say he likes Lane.
Yeah,
he likes Lane.
He always liked Evangelion as well, but I think that's because there was a character named Ray in it.
I guess so. Yeah.
He's obsessed with his own name.
I'm amazed when he.
It was a female.
Yeah, he hasn't changed his
That doesn't
first
matter.
name to REI.
Yeah.
I can be Zero too.
I think he just has a thing against all the stereotypes, like in mangas and that. Like
That's what comics are, and by extension, manga.
Like a long time ago, we had a discussion about it, and I was he was saying like I'd like to see something like a slice of life happen in something unusual, like outer space, and I was like, but that's no longer a slice of life. Then it's a sci-fi. You're changing genres because like slice of life is that standard thing. Like if you go to like K-On! As a manga, which I always thought as a manga it's just K-On! Without instruments.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's basically the same thing. But all these things have the same kind of setup. Like they have because they're at school, so you have like the beach episode, you have the school festival, and all this stuff. Because this is just standard things that happen in Japan. Yeah. They're so that people can relate to what the characters are doing.
Slice of life.
Yeah, that's why it's called Slice of Life.
Yeah.
But if you take that and put it in outer space, so then you got space hockey and space beach and space this and that.
Let's go to the beach planet.
They can no longer relate to that, so it's no longer Slice of Life.
Yeah.
It's a sci-fi.
Yeah, so I'm all for like new ideas and that, but you're going to change genres if you do that. So
Yeah. The stereotypes and things like that are what is necessary in any form of storytelling, because the people have to go in with a vague prior knowledge. You can change things up and say, hey, these are zombies that eat chickens instead of people.
So it's just regular life.
Yeah, it's just normal people that are dead. And, you know, it's because you've said zombies, they're like, oh, okay, so they're the living dead. So they can already half fill in some blanks.
Yeah.
And that's what you need in any series. You know, that's why it's like School Kids or like School Kids. Actually, is there any manga that isn't School Kids?
No.
Nearly every anime character is between the ages of 15 and 18, pretty much.
Yeah.
Except for the teachers.
Yes.
They're about 21.
Yeah.
But
the youngest teachers in the world.
Except for Negi. He's 10.
he never ages.
So they go younger.
Yeah, it's like this is follow the progression of his ages in the manga, right? It's like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, dead. It's like what? No. He was like 130.
It was a good line.
In like one chapter. Damn, man. I'm not spoiling that because it's finished. It's done. It's over. Okay.
You already know this happened, didn't you? Oh,
it's
crap,
fine,
you
whatever.
forget.
When you go to sleep for 100 years and wake up, of course everyone's dead. It's 100
man.
years.
What happened? Where is everyone?
Oh, man.
Not again.
I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque.
Missed it again.
That's Get back in your hole.
Get back in your hole, rabbit.
I'm waiting to see if they follow those conventions in this new one. I don't know if they're going to have those characters. Is it going to be a bunch of 17-year-olds building a wall?
I don't know, because
you could.
It's all about protecting the future. So whenever they do things like that, I don't know, they always have teens. Yeah. Even with like apocalyptic things like Akira and stuff like that, it's always the teenagers. I mean, fair enough, they're the future and symbolism and blah 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 and all that sort of stuff.
And they're Smurfs.
Yes.
Little blue guys. Yeah.
Oh, kill it.
Motorbike.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay directs Akira.
Oh god, no.
I'm trying to think of a manga that's got adults in it.
There's some that have adults, but they're always secondary characters. But they're secondary characters.
They are.
Naruto.
I don't know. Kakashi's pretty big up there.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's supposed to be like 21.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Kakashi's cool. Berserk. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know,
that's more of a mature.
He's Japanese Conan.
Yeah.
I think recently they got those people in Berserk to advertise for a burgers and shakes for some company. It was the most obscure, weird thing I've ever seen.
Oh,
Why are these people in the 16th century drinking Eating burgers.
Yes.
That's what.
Big Mac.
Yeah, I know. Dragon Ball Z. That is awesome.
Yes.
Except they still act like kids.
Yes.
Yeah, but
They're old kids.
Yes.
Rurouni Kenshin, he wasn't a kid.
Yeah, there's some adultish.
He was never a kid. Even when he was 5, he was cutting people
old.
Huh.
What?
I wasn't born. I just playing bad.
Yeah.
Not
Just
here.
creation.
I
Yeah.
exist. I started as bones.
I don't know, because
So you're a kid.
I think they just assume that their core audience is like 17-year-olds, so they try to make their characters around that same age.
Relatable. and
But
everything.
a recent study has come out, a recent poll, showing that the majority of One Piece readers are 30 years old.
Yeah.
Because they started reading when they were 12. And,
And it's still going.
That's like with computer games. The average age of a gamer now was 30, 35. That's because they all started
the age
off.
that started it. You know,
Yeah.
it's we've sort of grown up with that and everything. Speaking of games, just to change the subject, Dot Hack, which if Ray was here, he'd say he liked it.
yes, it's another series he would like.
Yes,
There we go.
yes.
Look, we're finding more and more.
Yeah, yes.
Keep going.
That's 3. Dot Hack had a movie that came out last year in Japan. I think it was the beginning of last year.
Do you know if it's like a standalone thing or is it tied into one of the series?
Well, that's the thing. It ties into the new game, which they're releasing on the
Okay.
PS3, which is why they're releasing it as a Blu-ray combo thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So
But it's not actually game and Blu-ray. It's Blu-ray as one disc. You play the game, you watch the movie, and then play the game.
Play the game.
Because the
Actually-
game continues from the movie.
They actually did that with the last Dragon Ball Z game. There was
Really?
a feature on that disc, the same disc, but it was like it was called like the Last of the Saiyans or something, and it has like it's for some reason, all I saw was like one snapshot, and it was like Bardock and Frieza shooting at something. What? But
Okay.
it might have been Goku's brother, that other one. The one who was like, I'm
Raditz.
making a big tree.
Raditz.
No, not him.
Yeah, the other one.
The other one, the one that was in
The
the
Tree of Might!
Yeah,
Yes,
whatever his
sick.
name was, Fruit Man.
Yes.
But
Would he be a fruit?
that's like an example of
Radic.
just throwing something bonus. But that wasn't like a necessary thing that you had to see.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing in this case, the movie, do you have to play the game first and then watch the movie, or?
No,
You watch the
pretty
movie
much you
first.
put the Blu-ray in, it plays the movie, and then unlocks the game for you.
Okay.
So
you have to watch the movie first.
Do you get a
then unlock the
trophy
game.
for watching the
For
movie?
watching the movie.
Yes, that's awesome. Oh man, I love doing that.
that would be great. Oh wow, that'd be bad.
That's a question. How many people are going to buy it?
Congratulations, you watched the end of the credits.
Well done. You didn't
actually
pause
quite
once.
But I'm saying, is that how many people actually buy it just to watch the movie and not actually ever play it?
But well, that's the thing. If you don't have a PS3, you can't play the game. So like people with
So why
Blu-ray
not run in
players.
a actual normal Blu-ray player then?
Oh,
No,
that's insidious.
It's a game.
Oh, what a good
so
idea.
For PS3 owners, you get to play the game and watch the movie. For Blu-ray owners, it's like, here's the movie. You don't get to play the game.
Here's the funny thing: we're only releasing it in the movie game pack, so you
Yeah.
have to pay $70 to watch a movie.
Yeah, no one will buy it just for the movie.
You want to play this game? Ha! You have to buy the movie as well.
Anime fans, seriously.
Apparently, even worse. You just said $70. Apparently, it's $120.
Oh wow!
Yeah, who's going to really pay that
And
much
that's
money?
American pricing. That's not Australian pricing.
So it'd actually be cheap for us.
It'd be like $200 for us to get it.
Oh, because our dollar's better than this. So
Yeah, but
yeah.
I mean, they're paying like $60 for a game we pay $110 for.
yeah.
Like, what the hell?
I
So
don't know.
stupid.
Yeah, aren't they mostly produced in America? though?
Just get it from
Yeah, they
Japan.
are.
You don't
Yeah.
need to know what they're saying. It's only an RPG.
Yeah, that's actually happened. I recently got Clanad. I was on PS3.
Yep.
And I was like, oh yeah, there's like 18 endings on that, no worries. But someone's actually written a guide for it in English
Oh.
online. I was like, yeah, just
Excellent.
like this option, there you go. Well, yeah, look, you can do this game, you don't have to worry about it. But then I'm playing it, and I've seen the series, right? So I'm playing it, and then stuff happens, because that series is so depressing. Like, unbelievably depressing. I was like, it's like, oh yeah, it's going to be happily ever after. Oh, she died. I was like, that's not very nice.
Damn.
It's like, oh, but his father's okay. Yeah, he's happy with his kid.
Cancer.
He's happy with it. Pretty much, yeah. It's like, oh look, he's happy with his kid. The kid died. and then the miniseries is like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's like a game. There's multiple endings.
No.
So you can choose whatever ending is happy for you. So,
Everybody dies.
but as you're playing through the game, I'm basically just skipping through the game because I can't read it. So why should I skip it? And it's like suddenly it just shows that scene where people just start dying. I'm like, oh, this is so sad.
This is the happy ending.
And I swear they're slipping subliminal messages into that game because as you're going through really fast, like the text is just flying past, you suddenly see something in English, and it says "You are dead on the inside."
What?
In English, it just flashes. You are dead on the inside.
You are dead on the inside. What?
I was like, these Japanese
Whoa.
people, they're having a go at me because I got a Japanese game. Because Japanese people wouldn't be able to read that. It just flashes through. What?
Yes, we hate
So I got to record that bit and show it later on. No one will believe me. It says, you are dead on the inside.
It told me.
It says, like, you are dead. Get over it.
Whoa.
So, yeah, so that's why I'm worried about this hack game, because there might be subliminal messages.
Yes, interesting.
Oh my.
Huh. I wouldn't put it past them.
I'm actually more intrigued that every other hack game that's been released has been like 4 games. Or 3 games.
Yeah,
So this is the first
been
one
like
they've done.
combining
There's
ones
like
and
one
stuff.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a single game that just follows from the movie.
Could that just be because either it's smaller in scope or because there's more room on the disc?
I think it's smaller in scope, because I mean I've only seen like trailers and stuff from the movie, but it looks like they've really, really limited the storyline that they've got with the
Oh,
movie.
okay, yeah.
But I think it's because it ties into the movie. It's basically the game is sort of 2 of the PS2 games. So basically, the first one's a movie now, and then 2 of them as a single game on the same
Yeah.
disc. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm still wondering whether it's going to be more of a drama thing or more of an action thing. Because the
It's-
first series of Hack was basically a drama. Like,
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
really happened in that
No.
series except moping around.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm dead.
Yeah. What you would do on
I'm dead on the inside.
MMOs, you would talk to people, and then like jump in front of people and dance,
Yeah.
and then go out and grind for a while until you die and lose all your data, and you have to go back and do it again.
Oh.
Yeah, but the second, what was the second one? The second one
The
was,
second
more of a
one was that comedy
one.
one with the
Yeah.
Twilight,
Which
or
I
whatever.
didn't mind, but some people hated
It
beyond
was all
passion
right.
because
It
it
was
was such
alright
a,
because it was goofy.
because it was such a random deviation, and
Yeah.
then it goes to the
That's
third
why
one, which
Fumofu was so good.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then,
that was good.
and then they went to the third one, which I haven't seen.
I never bothered with it.
No.
Ray was going
It's
on about how
roots.
good it was and everything. I'm like, yeah, it's great.
Any series that tells you to root is
Yeah.
not gonna
Dot hack root. No,
Yeah.
don't know. No.
And,
And this one's actually called Dot Hack. Well, it's actually called Dot Hack the movie, and the series or the game was
Dot Hack the movie, the game.
Dot
I
hack
can't
the
remember what
game.
it was. It was like Dot Hack Revelation or something like that. It was something really weird, and I was like, okay, so they're finally going to end this rubbish.
Probably not. No.
No,
No.
we can keep coming back to it. Next will be live action. Yes, mostly naked, beefy guys.
The American
It's Conan
naked.
all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of live action, which leads me into another thing here, Sentai. That's with an S, not an H.
Oh,
Sorry.
you just instantly, I'm just not interested in it.
I just don't care anymore. Come on, the original Sentai that was brought to the Western market had a hermaphrodite in it. It changed from male to female. What was it,
Yeah.
the Pink Ranger or the Yellow
I
Ranger?
think both.
Really?
Yeah. Well, when they transformed, they no longer had, gilly bits.
Yeah,
So
because they were Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made perfect sense. So Power Rangers was the first one that we really got here. That was like the major one. And that was like, let's steal a little bit of Japanese stuff and put some American actors and just splice it together.
Mm.
Do you reckon you could actually get a series like that in like the Western market? Like Americans making it?
Oh, it depends.
Because
I don't
No.
know.
it's pretty much a Japanese thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Power Rangers, which was horrible, and it was just them copying Japanese. Could you imagine? It would probably be directed by Michael Bay.
Yeah. not make any of
Still
that into a movie
exploited.
because there was a Power Rangers movie that was made
Yeah.
just in America.
That was an
You can
American
see how
made.
that turned out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that, they weren't wearing spandex. They actually had proper sort of
It's like,
armor for
quick,
once.
Quick, Kimberly, press the emergency escape button. Presses it, and then the robot knees the guy in the groin.
Clone.
I was like, did that really just happen? I totally forgot that bit until I watched it recently. I was like, oh man,
hell?
these graphics are terrible.
90s, yeah.
90s graphics.
The
Like, you
really
just had the
bad thing is it actually there still is actually going on.
yeah. I was like,
It'll never end. In
The-
Japan, there is a huge Sentai.
No, I mean there's an
Sorry.
actual. They've still got an actual
Power
Power
Rangers,
Rangers
yeah.
show on.
are they
TV.
still using the footage from Japan, or are they?
Yes,
making, okay.
they are.
Ah, that's bad.
Yeah, because I reckon the first 3 seasons of Power Rangers was really good,
Hmm.
and then it really got better because Power Rangers did something that many people had not seen up to that point. At one point, the good guys lost.
Yes, yes.
Like, they brought in the Green Ranger, he messed up everything. He
Yep.
took down the bloody Zord, everything was going down. He just walked into the Zord, went lol, and killed it all.
Damn.
There's actually a little gif online where they all turn around and he's like, oh snap, and knocks it all out. I was like, see, that's awesome.
That's
It's
true. I
actually-
mean, because is it every single sort of superhero show? It's like, yeah, good guy always wins. Good guy always wins. It's never a multi-part episode where for once the bad guys have got the upper hand.
Even Captain Planet lost once.
Yeah.
He lost to Captain Pollution. He messed him
But-
up bad.
yeah.
But it was after the influence of Japanese things.
Yeah, but that was like the
'Cause-
first one I know.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the first one I saw that. I was like, they can't lose. They're good guys.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What? My fragile mind is shattered.
And then when the Spoonie did a review of the game, it's like he pointed out that the Grey Ranger was beaten by a candle.
Yeah.
So, of course, candle over Power Rangers.
Yes, of course. Apparently, I was watching a thing online the other day. Saban, the people that brought Power Rangers over, apparently have got the rights back, and they're going to release them on DVD now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they're actually going to release the original series.
Actually, the only other part I remember, because I only remember the first series, up to basically the movie. That's all I remember that bit.
Yep.
And there was also one little saga in the space one, which had them fighting these ones called the Psycho Rangers, which were basically the
Oh,
Power
I
Rangers,
remember that.
but they were vastly more powerful than them. Like, if the red one fought the red one, he'd destroy him, because they were basically just copying them.
So,
Yeah.
so which
like,
Sentai
yes.
series did they steal that from?
I don't know. I have no idea. I was like, where did that come from? Like, that's just
I
great.
could look it
But
up.
I
There's
think-
a wiki out there with it on
Yeah,
it.
I think what the Americans have tried to do is, there is, I don't know, 50 Sentai series in Japan?
Yeah.
There's heaps of them.
Beetleborgs.
And I think, yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
that. I remember that. That's bad.
I think what the Americans have done have gone, well, Power Rangers worked. Let's just take all of the Sentai from Japan and just make it Power Rangers.
Yeah,
Because
pretty
we'll
much.
never be able to do Power Rangers again.
I know there was one episode where the Beetleborgs teamed up with the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
There was also one where Power Rangers teamed up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Oh
I remember
my
that.
god.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
how that worked. There was one point where was it the Blue Ranger was getting on with the what was it, the girl turtle?
Yeah.
What's her name? Venus.
Venus.
Yes.
Yeah, Venus.
Thank God I
The
never
one that
watched
should
that.
never exist, but yes, I remember
Thank
that.
God I
Oh,
never
man, Blue
watched
Ranger.
that.
So that one was weird to me because I was thinking, so what is that? Turtles in Japan because they have the footage of the Power Rangers, but aren't they Japanese?
Well, I tried to stay the hell away from that live action Turtles. Apparently, there was this introduction of a Japanese turtle, which was Venus,
Yeah.
which was a female, and then they said that originally that was supposed to be their sister, and she got lost or something because there was originally 5,
I
not
mean, like
4.
Raph in the new series.
And yeah,
Just got
yeah,
lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they changed it so they weren't actually brothers and sisters because they wanted to have them in a relationship and stuff. I was like,
Oh.
what?
Today on Jersey
What?
Turtles.
Don't say
Stop
that.
it! Stop it!
Don't you sleep with her, man. She's mine. No, she's the only one, though.
No, dude.
Dude, little mutant babies, man. Let's be the
Oh
pizza.
my god!
That's
Oh my
as bad
god!
as the turtles fancying April.
It suddenly makes sense though. Michael Bay is getting his direction from them.
Just imagine that the Michael Bay Turtles is just suddenly like April comes out with a little turtle baby. It's like, Mommy, kill me.
I'm an abomination.
Take my life.
No dice.
Oh man.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Bad
That's
part
very
now.
disturbing.
Let's
go
jump over to
somewhere
games.
else.
Let's jump over to games quickly. Is there any old games? Because I was thinking about it the other day. I loved the X-Men games that they released on the Mega Drive. I played them on the Mega Drive. I had Sega more than I had, or Sega. Sorry, nowadays you have to say Sega instead of Sega.
Why?
I don't know.
'Cause we're all
Japan and
American.
America.
I have the
Um,
game on my thing. I can play it.
Sega.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's Japanese people saying it.
Yeah, they say
I'm
it
Australian.
right. Oh.
I don't say manga.
Yeah.
I say manga.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anyone ever says, "How do you say manga?" Say, "How do you say man?" Man. Now say ga. Now say it together.
Manga.
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 See? Jesus Christ. If you still call someone mon,
Manga.
manga.
Hey,
I
Mon.
the Americans do that.
Yeah.
It's
I
A
know.
troll
It's,
from World of
um,
Warcraft would say
Those
that.
are guys that wear the
yeah,
T-poses.
yeah.
Yeah, they call
Jamaican.
people Mon.
Jamaican Mon.
Hey, Mon.
Yeah.
Manga.
I go down the store and trade manga.
That's pretty racist. Okay,
Anyway,
let's move on.
Yeah, that's
anyway, I was talking about
Sorry.
games. So I like the X-Men game. The one that sticks in my mind most was the second one, because as soon as you put the cartridge in and turn it on, it drops you into the game. There's no opening screen around, and it randomly gives you a hero. So, like, you'll be Beast, and then you'll turn it off and on again, and you'll be Nightcrawler, and then off and on
So
again,
you have to
you'll be
keep turning it
Wolverine.
on and off
Until you get the
one
character you
want.
want. Yeah. And then you play the opening stage, which is in a blizzard and all that sort of stuff, and then it goes to the opening, and I think that was the Phalanx, because it was the first time you could play as Magneto in a game. And it was a great game. I loved it. I used to play it all the goddamn time. I would love to see that redone in today's graphics, because I was thinking about it the other day. I actually considered making it myself. Making, like, the sprite and everything, third-person perspective, you know, Tomb Raider style, behind the character and going through just that opening scene, which was, I think, supposed to be a Cerebro session.
Yeah.
Danger Room session. Is there any other games, is there any games that you would love to see redone?
I would fall back on the classic that everyone always says, Pokemon.
Really?
Make it
like 3D
proper
and stuff?
3D open
Like
world.
current
game.
generation, yeah.
Mm.
I heard that they were going to do that for the PC like years ago. And there
There's
was even like a beta for it or
There's
something.
like a fan-made one.
Really?
There's an official one. Like some fans tried to make one, but
Badly.
you can tell. Like when you're making commitment to something where you're not getting paid for it, it kind of peters out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm going to do this great, I don't care anymore.
It's like there was a fan-made thing for Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know, because
Really?
there was like an online one that costs like you have to actually still buy the cards online.
Oh,
So
Hell
like
no.
so I was like, nah, bugger that. Someone
Yeah.
made one called Kyber Virtual Duel System or something, and
Oh.
you could just go on there, and just play. That's all it was. It was free, and and then suddenly one day he went and went, yeah, I can't be bothered anymore.
Nah, I don't care
Move
anymore.
on with my life.
So,
and
so
I
you'd
go
like
for
to
it.
see like Pokemon as like a current gen
Yeah.
HD graphics
Like,
behind
hop on,
behind
yeah.
Ash or
Well, of course, it
whatever.
would have to be on Nintendo, wouldn't it? It'd have to be on Wii.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
Wii U.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Woo!
But then if you had
I
like,
don't know if Nintendo actually branched out, maybe put it on PC. A lot more people would be able to
Actually,
play it.
Nintendo's the only one that's not doing that. They've actually stopped a lot of the specific console things. Like Halo's going to be released on the PS3, and Mass Effect came out on the PS3.
actually, I
and,
don't think it
and-
is. I don't think Halo is. I think because Bungie's not making Halo anymore. It's another company, but
Yeah,
that company's
yeah.
still under Xbox.
They said something about the fourth one being available on PS3 as well.
Yeah, I heard that too, but
yeah.
since then I haven't heard anything
Yeah, I
about it.
haven't
I'm
heard
pretty
anything
sure it
more,
was just a
but-
rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're opening it up to various consoles and stuff like that with a lot of these games.
I think if
Nintendo was the ones that created Pokemon, so it would be strange to see it anywhere else.
Well, Nintendo has that core range. Like they
They,
have to have
they'd
the,
probably put it on the 3DS.
yeah, they have to have the Mario, the Zelda, the
Yeah.
Pokemon,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Mario Party.
That's
Uh,
yeah.
They have that core range of
Yep.
things that they have to keep re-releasing
So,
over and
yeah,
over with
yeah, I
updated
can see that on
graphics.
the Wii U. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't know. They haven't done too well because, like, the Nintendo 64, the next stage was the Wii, and it's like slightly better than the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
in my eyes.
It is because Pokemon has just always been on Game Boy, except
Yeah.
for like Battle Stadium, which was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
64.
Oh, and
wasn't
that
bad.
No,
Snap,
Snap.
or what
Yeah.
it- Snap, yeah.
I did
Yeah.
have one that was on the GameCube. Because
Yeah.
you'd buy that and you'd also get
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
thing
they-
that
was-
you'd
was
attach
that-
your advance to.
They do have
Yeah.
Pokemon games that aren't on Game Boy, but none of them are battle ones.
Yeah.
They're just kind of random party games.
Yeah,
I-
yeah, they're not really Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's just got Pokemon in it.
Mm.
But then again, if you make you have to start it from the ground up, because if you go onto the Game Boys, they've already basically programmed all that stuff from all the generations, so they don't have to really worry about it.
Yep.
But if you put it on
Just
a
put in
console,
different sprites.
you'd have to reprogram like every Pokemon.
from
There's
the
like
beginning,
600 of them.
No.
God damn you people! I reckon that would be kind of cool though. It would be interesting. I'd play that.
Yeah, it was like Professor Oak, what an asshole. It's just like, go catch 150. He didn't tell me the other 450.
Only 150. Thank God for that. Oh, you got to go and get the others now. What?
Yeah, there's like another island.
I hate you.
There's the whole world.
Child
out there of
labour.
Pokemon. Yeah. Get the ones in the African countries.
Rookie, let's move over to you. What classic game would you like to see redone in current gen graphics? It can be like a follow up, or it can be the original one that you played.
Star Wars.
It's not Star Wars because, well, they constantly do Star Wars games, so there's no point in mentioning it. No, it's actually been quite a while since the last MechWarrior game, a proper MechWarrior game on PC, and I forgot where I was on the nets, just looking around randomly, and I found, news that they're actually making a MechWarrior game, online MechWarrior game.
Okay.
Basically, was it you
can sort of understand like online games as far as like party, if you can't be at somebody's house sort of thing, as far as something like that goes. But I don't know, if you were going to try and do like a World of Warcraft type MechWarrior game, I don't think it would work.
For starters,
it doesn't
you wouldn't
have that level of scope, really.
Well, what do you mean by
Never
that?
played the games, I don't know.
Yeah,
I've played like a game like 8 years ago, and it was, it wasn't current generation graphics or anything like that, but it was still, it wasn't like a side scroller or anything like that, or a top down view or anything. You were actually like you were in this giant bot, and I don't know. I'd have said that was pretty much just a continuation, really, to do a new version of it. More so.
Or was it
or the latest
there
release.
was a teaser trailer released of a possible MechWarrior 5 game which got canned very quickly because was it with MechWarrior when it was before MechWarrior, when it was actually called BattleTech, was that they had a lot of mechs in it that were pretty much was it robots and that from a few Japanese series. So when
As they usually do, yeah.
yeah, so when
We need robots. Go to Japan.
Yes.
so when I forgot what the company was did Robotech, but when they got the rights for it, BattleTech couldn't actually release a few of their mechs anymore because they were in that anime series, and that was the exact reason why the trailer got pulled, because it was like, we still got the rights for this, you can't put that in your game.
Lies.
No.
Which is actually quite funny, because if you look at MechWarrior 2, that was done by Activision, and that it had a mech in it that was from, was it Robotech? They adjusted it
Probably
slightly,
Cameo or
but there
something,
was...
but I don't know, see, I'd play Pokemon, I'd play X-Men because I came up with it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play MechWarrior because I never played MechWarrior.
Yeah.
It just doesn't
Yeah.
interest me
have.
piloting a giant robot. It's like, yay, crash, shoot.
Well, it's not just
Rumble.
piloting there, you're customising that as well.
Ooh, new paint job.
Hey.
What would you...
Yeah, but
Well, weapons load out.
It fires nothing but rockets.
Yeah. I'm going to put a turbo booster on it and big drag stripes with fire down the side.
Unfortunately, you
This is
probably
my
do that
Mac!
too.
I don't
let's
know.
jump.
I don't
Let's jump
know.
over
I
to
mean,
you. What classic game would you like to see done? I mean, you could go all the way back to Atari if you wanted. Could you imagine seeing?
asteroids?
Could you imagine seeing asteroids in current gen graphics? You would be this man like Shepard running over to your ship and going, "I've got to defeat them," and jumping on board and going out and.
That actually could happen though, because
Yeah.
like there's that movie based off asteroids.
Yeah.
Like
What?
a game tied into that.
Yeah,
They're not doing
That would make it so
that.
much harder
They're
to
not
do.
doing something like that, are they?
yeah.
Oh,
They're doing
God.
one for Battleship.
They're making Battleship. The only saving
Okay,
grace is
up
that's
until
Liam Neeson.
up until they said Battleship, it looked interesting.
It
When
looked
they
like
said
Transformers 4.
Battleship,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, no.
And they go see the trailer for Asteroids. Yeah, no. And they go, starring Morgan Freeman. It's like, I'm in. Sold.
Yeah.
If he's piloting one of those like jet fighters.
No, I don't think so.
I got this from
Oh, that would
Batman.
be cool. I know how to control these.
Yeah.
Bruce, can you help?
Where's the penguins?
Okay, with that in mind, let's just quickly skip. Is there any old TV shows you'd like to see updated?
Yeah, Greatest American Hero.
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
No.
I'm only saying that because they actually have rebooted a few of them.
There is some
Battlestar
old ones.
Galactica, that
Yeah.
actually was pretty good. I'm just trying to think what else they tried
There
to
is
do.
You're
a lot
kidding.
that they've...
They changed the sex of one of the characters.
And there was a
Family
initial complaint about that, but when people started watching that, I was like, yeah, they're fine with it.
No, I stopped watching it because of that. Just
Okay,
couldn't
so
get
there'll be
into
a few
Okay,
people that will be
I don't know much about Battlestar Galactica. Was it a male to a female or a female to a male?
It
male
was a
to
male
female.
to a female.
I could see why they would stop complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's face it,
No.
Battlestar Galactica fans are Jeff.
Well, they did.
It wasn't just me.
Wasn't it V that
And
they
they're all
remade?
into
Yes, V, that was
V,
V,
yeah.
there was another
Yeah.
one that
Yeah, they
we
did
did,
V.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I couldn't
that's
see
a
the
restart,
sense in them
wasn't
doing
it?
that. Just redoing it. It just
But
didn't make
the
sense.
original
at
had
all.
Freddy Krueger in it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, like, couldn't top that. No.
What the hell are you doing? Wait,
Although at the time I didn't
But-
know it was
Oh,
Freddy.
they can make Buffy
Yeah.
again.
Well, they're talking about a
Um,
movie
that-
series,
yes.
so
Yeah.
They're doing.
technically that's a
They're basically, I think they're doing a reboot through movie, and they're not going to have any of the original cast. If hell, they're not even having Josh Wheaton in it. They're involved in it. That's how
I
far
don't,
removed.
I don't think.
that-
Yeah, no, he said that he'd not do it again.
Have they had any announcements about it? Like anyone's going to be in it?
No. The original creators got the rights back, and they said that they were going to do it closer to their original one. You know, the crappy movie.
No,
That
They're
was
going to do it
awful.
closer to that.
It was like Buffy, directed by Kevin Smith.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh no.
well, hang on, listen.
Oh god.
Why not?
Yeah, but
Oh,
from
God.
that original
I'd watch
movie, you
it.
had
But, oh god.
Buffy, then you had Angel, so some good came out
It'd
of
be
that.
Jersey Girl meets Clerks.
Yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob rock up some random.
Snitch to the niche. Oh god. Kill it. It's a demon.
I don't
Not a
thi-
demon.
I think that's probably a good reason why they actually stopped it at Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I don't
because-
know. I don't know that there's any old series that I'd like to see revamped. They were good, and I
They
want
were
them to
good,
stay
yeah.
as good as they were. I mean,
Yeah.
I said my favorite is Greatest American Hero. It's an old one, but
Mm.
you know, I don't want them to redo it because they make it good.
Yeah.
And that was half the appeal. It was crap.
Things like the X-Files. That was a really good show.
Yeah.
You couldn't
if you
redo
did that
it.
nowadays, it wouldn't
You
work.
couldn't redo it.
Oh,
You'd have
I think
everybody's
the X-
ideas behind it, and
Yeah.
everybody would have those expectations, so nobody would enjoy it. So
Yeah.
it would just fail miserably.
Move on to the forum questions.
Forum questions.
Yeah, it's probably a good
Okay,
idea.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's come to a close with the forum questions. We have had 3 forum questions, and then there was one I wanted to bring up.
Yay!
So first from Sam. I don't know. It's Sam with 2 capital S's, one word. Have any of you guys cosplayed? If so, who did you cosplay as? If not, would you?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes what? Yes, would
Yes,
you,
I
or
have.
yes, you have?
Yes,
who,
I
who
have.
have you
No, I
cosplayed
haven't.
as?
Gara and Tsunade.
Gara and Tsunade.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Naruto.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
Anyone
yes.
who doesn't know that, there's something wrong with them.
I was Ragnar from Blaze Blue. If anyone's played that. Toby from Naruto.
Yeah.
And there was the protagonist from Persona 4 because he didn't have a name until recently. Yeah, so that's basically it.
Yeah, yeah. Would you continue cosplaying?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going as a Shadow. at,
Shadow, yes.
Yes,
you
at
told me about that.
Supernova.
Yep, excellent.
With the enormous bulbous head.
That'll be great.
I could just rock up to Christopher Lloyd.
That's
Hello,
right.
Christopher!
What?
I have that Marty McFly hat on under this.
I was frozen today.
I can't understand anything you're saying.
Wookie.
No,
No?
No, I haven't.
You've never cosplayed?
no.
Would you?
I don't have the time.
I should clarify.
Yes, come on, you dress up.
I
Cosplaying is cosplaying is essentially costume play. So it's
Yeah.
I mean hell, as a kid I dressed up as Superman,
Oh,
wrapping
yeah.
a towel around my neck.
Yeah.
So, you know, technically that's cosplay, I suppose. It's just crappy kids version.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think just about anybody's dressed up in a costume
Yeah, at
at
some
one
point.
point
It's
in their life.
fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
But-
But
And you can't say that you haven't done it because you go out and dress up to do
Yeah.
your battles and everything with those
Medieval
snakes.
combat? No, that's
Yeah.
not really. That's not classed as cosplaying though.
is there an
You're
anime
dressing
that's
up.
based
You're
on
dressing
medieval
up.
times?
No.
You
Sure,
are
that must
wearing a
be-
costume.
Do you wear it to the shops?
No.
It's cosplaying. Because it's not something that you always wear.
No, it's
It's a
because
costume.
most of the
It is a
locations we
costume.
are.
It's a costume. You don't wear it as day wear. It's
We
a
don't
costume.
class it as a costume.
It's a costume because you are
It is something
essentially
you
pretending
don't
to
normally
be that.
wear.
It's a costume because it's the year 2012.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Not 1482.
Yes.
Back in the day.
I have cosplayed. I've cosplayed numerous times. I think you were there with the first time I cosplayed at a convention. I went as Gojo from
Oh, yeah.
Sayuki.
Everyone's like, who are you?
Yeah. Who are you? And it just ended up being Ray that kept on saying, he's Gojo, he's Gojo, until like some Asian girls over the other side went, oh my god, somebody actually recognizes me, hide me.
Is that what they sound like? Is it?
Run.
So yeah, I went as Gojo. I've done Sabretooth at one of our free comic book days. I've
Yeah.
Gone
that was
as-
fun putting those nails on. I bet.
I've gone as Kakashi.
Yeah.
What's the other guy's name? Iruka.
Maruka.
Because they're all the same costume. You
Yeah.
just change your hair.
Yeah.
Put a mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got a Goku costume, which I'm going to be wearing hopefully this time that we have the free comic book day, because we're
Yeah.
trying to get everybody dressing up for free comic book day as well.
I don't think I'll have the shadow costume by.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I don't know what day is it? Or is it Saturday? Or
It's a
something?
Saturday.
Saturday.
It's always a
Yeah.
Saturday.
I
First
have
Saturday in May.
no idea what I'm doing.
Which I'll get around to explaining that later. Okay, let's move on to the next question. I think we've all answered that suitably.
Yeah.
The next question was, have you ever created a fan version of anything? Like a fan trailer or a poster or even just some fan artwork? And did you ever try to pass it off as a legit thing? That was from TMNT Fan 84.
Was those chibi things I was selling, was that fan art?
Well, I suppose technically.
Then
It
yes.
is.
Really, yeah.
But I wasn't trying to pass
No.
it off as real stuff.
No,
Yeah.
no, it was your stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. The first thing I think of is that somebody's leaked like a supposed poster for the Wolverine
Yeah.
movie and stuff like that. That was the first thing I thought of.
It's-
I've never tried to pass anything off as legit.
No.
But I have
No.
made up some fan stuff before
Yep.
and like created posters and
Is
stuff.
that Wolverine one that when Wolverine clawing the crap out of the Japanese
Yeah,
flag?
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's kind of bad.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
bad
there's
idea.
a big kick up about that one.
Yes, the rising sun. Stab it.
I have seen a few fan made trailers for movies and that.
There's a few fan trailers which are usually just like pieces of other movies put together to
Yeah.
Yeah.
sort of badly look like the
It's
movie.
like,
that's
here's a fan trailer for the Avengers movie. Oh, cool. Just click on it. Never gonna give you up. Like, God damn it!
No.
That's another reason why you don't go.
Don't go on YouTube ever.
Damn you, YouTube.
Or you do, you just make sure.
Yes,
they're
just make
looking
sure
at-
you're watching our show.
or listening.
No, I've
No,
never.
never created
Never.
anything that you've. No,
No.
Wookie,
No.
no.
I reckon if you have
No.
the skill to pass off something that people would mistake for real made,
Yep.
then you should be in the industry.
Hell yeah, yeah.
Good.
You should get a job. Give it.
With that said, a lot of there have been a lot of fan made. I know there's been Star Wars ones because they've
There's
done
tons of
competitions.
fan-made stuff out there,
Yeah.
and sometimes the people that actually do control the rights to it and all that sort of stuff will actually sort of say, "Hey, you're really good. You've got a job." But
Actually, it
Only
reminds
on
me
very
when we went
small
to last
circumstances.
Supernova, we talked to Chumba.
yes,
Right?
yes.
And one guy was showing him some images, and he goes, "Well, if you want to work for DC and that, they want you to draw things like Batman. So learn to imitate the drawings of other people who drew Batman.
Yeah.
So basically, if you want to get in with the job with these people, you have to basically modify your style to fit DC, not
Yeah.
the other way
Yeah.
around.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
so really, that way, demonstrating that you can copy other people's work is good because it'll help you get a job there, but it doesn't really help you with your own creativity.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to do independent, which basically doesn't sell. If you want to do independent, then you can do whatever the hell you want. But if you want to get into the industry and become one of the big officials, then yeah, you basically have to copy other people's stuff.
Yeah.
You can put slight variations into it, but DC's probably the most strict one, where it has to look like this. You have to make it look like this.
Yeah.
Marvel's more John Romita Jr. Let's move to the next question.
Oh,
was gonna add
next
something.
speaking of that, because Kick-Ass 2 finished.
Yes.
Yeah.
At
There was
last.
this one bit that happens at the very end. I'm not going to spoil anything, but...
Oh, somebody already did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For us, don't spoil it for any of the
No,
listeners.
but
just in
basically
case.
there's this point at the end where there's a character who's on the ground and he's saying things, like he's whispering them, to Kick-Ass, who's on top of a building!
What?
And you can hear him. I'm like,
not feeling very well. What?
I'm like,
Has he got a walkie-talkie or something, or was it just...
I think more like it's like, hang on, are you okay? There's blood everywhere, but
Okay.
yeah. But it says end of book. It says end of book 3 at the end of it.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
But was there 2 before it?
No.
Does that
No,
count?
that's
That
a
go
bad
on that's
idea.
coming out?
No, but no, Jeremy showed me that the other day when
Really?
he was in. Yeah.
Oh,
God.
But do you reckon that Hit Girl one that's coming out is that going to be 2?
Probably.
Might be.
Probably because
Because
there was
Given
like
the ending of
the way
that, yeah.
between 1 and 2 there was stuff that they could cover. So I suppose he's the sort of person that would go back and do something like that.
right,
Yeah. Isn't that wonderful?
Just
Kill
more
it.
torture. Whoops, did I say that?
He's moved on to Super Crooks. Come on.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Do something better. Or good at all. Okay, moving on to the
time.
moving on to the next one. If you were a superpowered being, would you be a good guy or a bad guy? That was Kurt 5 Will. Okay.
Bad guy because it's more fun.
Really?
Yeah.
If you're a good guy, you have to
Bad
worry
guy.
about the
Yeah,
civilians.
bad guy.
Bad guy?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, we're the Legion of Evil.
Meanwhile, in the Legion...
Like if you have to take out someone who's a bad guy, you have to worry about anything. Just blow up the entire area.
Yeah.
Bugger it. It's fun.
Yeah.
If
Screw
you're a good
this.
guy, you have to like
Yeah.
lure them away.
But you would always
canyon.
fail.
Look at-
You would
yeah.
always fail. You would never succeed at anything you tried to do.
But that's because like the bad guys are always idiots. They don't just blow up the
Yeah.
area.
But here's the thing,
We'd
though.
be
If
the
you think
first
about
bad
it,
guys that won.
Yeah.
if you think
I'll
about
be
it,
Doctor Doom.
how bored would the bad guy be if he won? It'd be like, cool, I've conquered the world.
Yeah.
Now what?
Now
There's,
what?
there's a movie about that. It's called Megamind.
Yeah.
There's a bad guy. He kills the good guy, and he's got nothing to do. So he tries to invent another good guy, so that he has someone to fight.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm looking
I
at
remember
the
that
comic
movie.
I
book,
swear somebody
like-
stole my idea
It's like,
then.
it's like the only movie that Will Ferrell was in that I don't. I'm utterly annoyed by his voice.
Yeah. Yep. Because it was only his voice.
Yes.
That was the same with that Alien movie. What was the one with the alien with Sean Penn? No. Words. Oh, failing me. Paul.
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 Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
How'd you get Sean Penn?
I don't
Oh.
know.
Where did you get Sean Penn
There was names there, and I was looking for names.
That guy who was in Milk. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
No,
That
not
was,
him.
that was a good
Paul?
movie.
That
Yeah.
was a good movie, Paul.
Yeah, that was an excellent
and
movie.
it was
I like
because
that.
I didn't have to see Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
you just
like
heard
him.
his voice.
Not a
Yeah.
good movie if you're religious, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
In
was
general,
Oh,
fun.
that good old debate of, it was
How do you
creationism
explain
versus
me?
evolution.
One, okay, last little thing. I wanted to add this because of that last question, and because my girlfriend said something about it earlier. If you were a superpowered being, good guy or bad guy, I'll get you to choose again once you hear the end of this question. What would your animal sidekick be? And why?
Oh, you wouldn't.
I would be a bad guy with snarf so I could piss everybody off.
It's like immortal smile, so I can keep beating the crap forever.
Oh, that is
No,
evil.
I'd have a monkey.
A monkey.
I'd have a monkey. You can dress them up in cute clothes and they can go anywhere and do anything. And
Would you be a good guy or a bad guy with your monkey?
Would you send your monkey to fetch you things?
I'd have to be a good guy with a monkey.
Good guy with a monkey?
Like
There's so many good monkeys.
Monkey goes
Yeah.
on, comes back.
Good monkey.
Why, thank you, Jack. No, we named the monkey Jack.
Oh, God. No.
Buggy?
Why would you actually have a...
Oh, come on, it was
Come
all the rage
on,
in the
an
70s.
animal. An animal.
They all had
Come on.
animals. There's
Yeah,
Crypto the
that's
dog.
70s.
There's other dogs. Lots of dogs.
There's lots of dogs. Yeah.
I wouldn't Mostly because, if bad guy plotting and planning like world domination, where would you have time to feed the damn thing?
Come on, even the bad
Monkey
guy...
feed itself.
Exactly, even the bad guy in Inspector Gadget had a cat.
Dr. Claw.
That's the fella.
Yeah.
The Claw. Yeah. I would go for koala. I would be a bad guy with a pet koala. Yes.
Yes. Why?
Because koalas, fingerprints, for lack of a better term, are almost indistinguishable from humans.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't think they had fingerprints.
Koala.
They had, like, claws.
Go kidnap the mayor's daughter and bring her to me.
Actually, no, if you did something like that, just to
it would
perpetuate that myth, you would, give it razor sharp claws and be able to bite people's faces off. And so you got a drop bear instead.
You just set it up in a tree so it could drop on people as they walk past.
Yeah, it would be one of those things. It would be the what was that movie with Harrison Ford?
Which one?
Who was running away from people? One-Armed Man.
Fugitive.
Fugitive. Yeah.
You could just do that all over again. It wasn't me. It was the koala. I tell you. Yeah, sure it was, pal.
Consciously the koala with the shifty eyes.
You know why it's got shifty eyes though? They're continuously stoned.
Someone stole that bag and who killed the sleeves? It was the koala, I tell you.
It was the koala. See? Koalas, perfect. Nobody suspects them. Them and the penguins. It all makes sense.
I tried to warn them about
as
the
I said,
penguins, but they didn't listen
I
to
wouldn't
me.
have an animal sidekick.
See, koala's perfect.
See, mine would be a wombat.
Wombat.
Because a wombat has the most awesome kill mechanism ever. What it does is it runs away, right? It runs away, then it just stops. Right? So the thing coming behind it runs into the ass of it and dies. That is the most awesome attacking. And that would be my power too. So, Wombat Man. Would you be a good guy? I don't know. You'd be running away from the bad guy, and then would the bad guy chase you? No, you'd have to. You'd be the bad guy, wouldn't you?
You'd be the bad guy.
You have
You're
to
the
be the
good
bad guy
guy.
because
You'd
you
execute
need someone to be able
run
to
away,
chase you.
chase after you. You just stop. Up your butt.
Well, that's better than a wallaby, I suppose.
Works better than I planned.
What a blazes? This doesn't seem right at all. Okay, let's end it.
Yes.
Wow, it's an hour and a quarter, so we almost reached the hour and a half. That's what forum questions do.
Yeah.
Let's end it there.
I still look for the road sign that has a wombat on it, like the 5Ks of wombats. It's like a wall of death.
Don't run over that. You'll trash your car.
Driving the wombat will go boom. Directed by Michael Bay.
Careful, they might listen to this and actually think that's a good idea.
It's like, crikey! Wombats everywhere!
What are we going to do?
That would be bad.
I don't know. What should we do?
Okay, do your outro thing now.
Okay, yes. Anyway, that's the end of the show. That's all we have time for this week. We went way too long. I just want to remind everyone about Free Comic Book Day on Saturday the 5th of May, which is the first Saturday in May. And as I said before, we're going to have a day-long shindig with sausage sizzle competitions and a whole pile more. Show bags and everything. And don't forget, if you want to have a question raised, like I did with the forum questions today, on this show, or even appear on the show, head on over to our forums at cosmiccomics.com.au and leave a message in the comic box section, or head over to our Facebook page, leave a message there, which is Cosmic Comics Australia. Or if you're listening to this on YouTube, which they've probably deleted us after our horrible comments of YouTube, leave a message underneath the show here, and we'll bring it up next time.
Show, we promise we won't make fun of you.
Much.
Oh, yeah. In unison.
Much.
You would have to pat by wombat.
Oh my. Okay. Thanks for listening. We hope you're all still sane after this, and come back for next week's show of The Comic Box. I'm Psycho Scott.
With you, Matt.
Anime Ann.
The Wookiee.
And remember, when the world gives you lemons, throw them at Michael Bay.
Why not?
Turn down your microphone now.
Yeah, turn it down a little bit.
Spoon!
My brain's out.